Hello there guys, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another brand new video. Your boy is back to give you, of course, teams to score over 0.5 goals this weekend. There's teams to score at least one goal this weekend. We've not been very available due to some unforeseen circumstances, but we are back now and we are here to give you a very good run of games. I've selected 10 teams, beautiful teams. Don't worry, you will see the teams. Let's get straight to this video. The first team I have here to score at least one goal this weekend is in the Scotland Premiership. Falkirk versus Hearts of Midlothian. Falkirk versus Hearts of Midlothian. In this particular fixture, you can see that Hearts is currently the best team in Scotland, topping the league, topping Celtic, topping Rangers, and they're in bang hot form this season. And against Falkirk, I think Hearts should at least get a goal in this particular fixture. They've scored 32 goals this season and conceded 13. That's massive. They should get a goal in this particular fixture to maintain their top spot, of course, in the Scottish League. So my prediction here is Hearts of Midlothian over 0.5 goals. That's the first one. Now the second one, Middlesbrough in the England Championship. Of course, we've all heard the tales of Middlesbrough this season. They are second in the championship and they are in hot form scoring. In fact, if there is any team I should pick at least to get a goal this weekend, I think the first team I'll pick should be Middlesbrough, because no matter who they are playing, no matter what they are doing, they score and they bang in goals. So my prediction for this particular game, Middlesbrough versus QPR. Middlesbrough are even at home for that matter, so I think they are going to come out all guns blazing for this particular one to be able to try and catch up with Coventry, which is beginning to falter a little bit. So my prediction for this particular match, Middlesbrough versus QPR, is Middlesbrough over 0.5 goals. Now I move to the third one, of course, in the English Premiership, that's England Premier League. Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. And don't worry, I did not pick Crystal Palace to score Manchester City, although Crystal Palace have a chance to score Manchester City, but I actually picked Manchester City to get a goal here because the odds were a little bit favorable for me. I saw value in it, so I just decided to pick Man City. I don't need to say anything much about Man City because you guys know that Man City are in hot form. Even some players doing Rabona flicks to assist goals. Goals are just pouring in that Manchester City team. So I've picked Manchester City to score against Crystal Palace in this particular one. I think that's the easiest pick I will see in this particular sleep. The fourth one I have here is still in the Premier League. Liverpool versus Brighton. This time around I did not pick Liverpool to get a goal. I picked Brighton because this season Brighton score their opponents. No matter who they are playing, they score everybody. And then Liverpool are not in a very good form recently, especially in the Premier League. In the Champions League they did one or two things, but in the Premier League they are not in very good form. And Brighton this season, what they do in every match they play is score you first and then you come back and win them. Score you first 1-2 and then you come back and win them. I think they're gonna score Liverpool in this particular fixture. I don't see any reason why Brighton should not get a goal in this particular fixture against a faltering Liverpool in the Premier League. So my prediction for this particular one is Brighton over 0.5 goals. Now still in the Premier League, the fifth match I have here is the match between West Ham and Aston Villa. Yes, West Ham have started to be strong. Yes, Nuno have started to do something at him, but I think Aston Villa are going to get a goal in this particular game. Aston Villa are currently on 8-match winning streak, unbeaten. I think they've played 11 matches and then they've won 10 and lost only 1. So Aston Villa are currently the team to beat this season, and they're currently third in the Premier League, of course, with lots of goals to their name. They concede and they score. And in this particular match against West Ham, I see it at a little bit of a tough encounter, but I see Aston Villa at least getting a goal in this fixture. Hence, I picked Aston Villa to score. So my prediction for this particular one, West Ham versus Aston Villa, is Aston Villa over 0.5 goals. Now I move to the sixth one, of course, in the German Bundesliga, the game between Frankfurt and Augsburg. Frankfurt and Augsburg. I've picked Frankfurt to get a goal here because Frankfurt are a very good side this season. Frankfurt are quite funny this season. They score a lot of goals and yet they concede a lot of goals. Looking at my statistics, I can see that this season Frankfurt are currently 7th, just below the Conference League places in the German Bundesliga. Frankfurt have scored 28 goals and conceded 29 goals out of 13 matches. Can you imagine this kind of start? You score and you concede, and that's what Frankfurt is all about this season. I think they're going to definitely get a goal in this particular fixture. Hence, I've added Frankfurt to my teams to score over 0.5 goals this weekend. So my prediction here, Frankfurt versus Augsburg, is Frankfurt over 0.5 goals. Now I move to the seventh team, of course, is the match in the Bundesliga 3. The match in the Bundesliga 3 between SC Verl and RW Essen. SC Verl and RW Essen. Of all the teams in this German Bundesliga 3, I think the team for me, I have 3 teams there actually. I have Cottbus, I have Duisburg, and then I have Verl. These are the top 3 teams for me. I think those are currently first to 3. I don't know how the arrangement is, but I think these 3 teams I just mentioned are currently first to 3 in the German Bundesliga 3. And Verl, out of all of them, is the team that I actually picked the most, because if you check out in this particular German Bundesliga 3, you will notice that Verl are the team with the highest number of goals, albeit they are third in the league, but they've scored the highest number of goals. You see, Verl are a team I really trust to get at least 1 goal. They've scored 42 goals this season, the highest in the league, and conceded 26 goals. So this is a match where I see Verl actually dominating the game. Although they are playing their close counterpart, RWSN, might be a tough fixture, but I think Verl should definitely get a goal in this particular fixture. So I picked Verl as my pick here. So the match between Verl and RWSN, I picked Verl to at least get a goal. So my prediction is Verl over 0.5 goals. Now we move back to the Premier League. The match between Burnley and Fulham. The match between Burnley and Fulham. Do I need to tell you the tales of Fulham this season? Fulham score a lot of goals. I think their last, how many matches? They've had at least more than 3 goals. More than 3 goals in their matches. They've had at least more than 3 goals in how many matches they played in. And Fulham are a team that love to score goals. Harry Wilson, Chukwueze, Iwobi, all these guys, they are actually very in good scoring form. And against a Burnley side that is not very strong this season, I think Fulham should at least get a goal this season in the Premier League. Fulham score goals and they also concede. So that's my prediction for this particular game, Burnley versus Fulham. Fulham over 0.5 goals. Now I moved to another match in the England Premier League. Manchester United versus Bournemouth, the Monday Night Football, of course. I've picked, of course, it's obviously Bournemouth I'm picking. I'm not going to pick Man U to score. Anyway, Man U might get a goal this weekend against Bournemouth, but I actually see Bournemouth as the team to actually get a goal, and the odds were very good for me, so I decided not to let it slide and pick Bournemouth to get a goal against Manchester United. Do I need to give you the stats on this particular one? Manchester United is Manchester United. They concede and they score, they concede and they score, and Bournemouth are a very top side, albeit they've not been in a very good form, but definitely against Manchester United they will get a goal. I mean, Wolves got a goal against Manchester United. Wolves, I think Bournemouth should definitely get a goal, if not 2 goals safe against Manchester United. So I picked Bournemouth to get a goal in this particular fixture against Manchester United. Now I move to the last game I have on this my bet slip. 10 games for you guys to bring out 10 teams actually to score over 0.5 goals, accumulated to 6 odds for you guys as usual. 10 teams, 6 odds. So the last team I have here is Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund against Freiburg. Do I need to say anything much about Borussia Dortmund? Borussia Dortmund this season have been in red hot form. They are currently third in the Bundesliga, haven't scored 23 goals and conceded 11 goals this season. We know that Dortmund are actually in a very good scoring form. Their players, they are doing fantastically well. They are scoring goals when we need them to score goals. And against Freiburg, I don't see this as an issue for Dortmund to at least get a goal in that particular fixture. Yeah, so basically these are the teams I picked. I carefully selected these teams. I see no reason why these teams should not get a goal. In fact, I'm almost certainly confident that these teams are definitely gonna get a goal this season. Now I'm gonna do a quick recap for you guys if you're just joining. The first match I talked about, Fairkirk versus Heart of Midlothian. I picked Heart to get a goal. That is Heart over 0.5 goals. And then Middlesbrough versus Crystal Palace. Middlesbrough over 0.5 goals. And then Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. Manchester City to get a goal in that particular one. And then Liverpool versus Brighton. Brighton over 0.5 goals. And then West Ham versus Aston Villa. Aston Villa over 0.5 goals. And then Frankfurt versus Augsburg. Frankfurt over 0.5 goals. And then SC Vale versus RWSN. SC Vale over 0.5 goals. And then Burnley versus Fulham. Fulham over 0.5 goals. And Man United versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth over 0.5 goals. And then Freiburg versus Dortmund. Dortmund over 0.5 goals. These were my teams. Well selected for you guys. Well picked. Do you have any issues with this team? Are there more teams that you think are going to get a goal that I did not include? For me, these are the best teams to get a goal this weekend. So thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for always supporting the channel. Subscribe if you've not subscribed. Leave your comments. I want to see your comments. I want to get at least 50 comments on these teams. Give me all the comments. I want to read all of them and interact with all of you to get your thoughts. So until the next one, this one should definitely come home. I pray it comes home. I will see you in the next one. Peace.